Okay, so I want to talk about the inner child that all of us have. So, you must have noticed that when we were kids, when we were young, we used to feel every emotion very strongly. If we talk about happiness, we used to laugh aloud without a second thought. If we felt sad, we used to cry without a second thought. If we had to show love, we showed love without a second thought. We were just freely expressing our emotions. Whatever we feel as kids, we express freely, right? And there is some freedom in that. When I compare all of that with what I do right now, or a lot of what I do now is very constricted in terms of emotions. But as kids, we are allowed to express, we are allowed to cry, we are allowed to scream, we are allowed to laugh, right? But as we continue to grow older and society tries to tame all that freedom, or your teachers, your parents, sometimes even your friends would question some of your unique behaviors that you have. And maybe some of that shouldn't even be there, but not everything should go as well. There's a lot of taming that happens by society, and it is not society's fault. Because if you think about it, society just wants order, it wants normal growth. So it throws at you rules which they expect you to follow. Your teachers, your parents show you how things are done. They teach you what not to do, what to do, right? And it is not, no one is at fault here. They are also trying to save you from how ruthless the world is, because as kids we are very vulnerable, right? And all this tameness to a point is necessary so that we are saved from the brutality of the world as kids. But in this whole process, we forget how to express ourselves freely and purely. As we grow into young adults and we start seeing how the world really is, and we also realize that the world is brutal, but we also realize that the kid that has been in you should not have been silenced that much, right? There has to be some balance, right? And that adult wisdom that you have now, and the willingness to bring your true self out, your inner kid or your true self, it takes discipline. It takes a lot of boundaries to bring that version of you out, because there's a lot of unlearning that has to be done. Your kid self believed in a version of reality that society tells him. And now that when you see everything in its entirety, you figure out, okay, some things were actually wrong. And then you have to unlearn all these previous beliefs that you have based your identity on. So it takes time, it takes a lot of questioning of everything. It takes questioning your behaviors, it takes questioning a lot of behaviors that probably your loved ones have. And this old identity has to sort of die. But that identity switch should always come from awareness, because if it's coming from somewhere else, I don't think you truly grow. That's what I think. I think awareness is the only single reason of growth, because you're aware that the pain of remaining the same is just bigger than the pain of growth. And this might sound a bit over the top to a lot of people, but for the people who follow, who are in this self-growth journey, they might connect with what I am saying. Because when you truly start expressing yourself through discipline, through working on things that you want to work on, even if you're not really willing to do the work, but you know the work is required and you do it, and finally you see some results, and then your inner kid asks you very quietly that, oh, we could have done this all along. Why were we so quiet before? Right? These things happen in the process, and it is overwhelming. It would make you cry sometimes, and it's fine. The realization of the fact that you could have been what you wanted to be is pretty overwhelming, and it's fine, because I feel society tests you. The creator, whoever you believe in, if it's your God, the universe tests you, and it's fine. It's fine. It's a slow process, and that's how it is. But the thing is that inner kid would always be in you. It would always question you that, can we really do this? Whenever you try to do something new, it would question you, can we really do this? And then you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work through discipline. And on the show day, you need to show that inner kid that, yes, it can be done. I just did it. Do you see it? I did it. And that's how you stack proofs for your inner kid. That's how your inner kid truly feels free. Right? I don't know if you guys can connect to what I'm saying, but this is what I have noticed while I run, while I squat, while I sometimes study, sometimes when I meditate. All of these things come into my mind. Like, whenever I do a heavy squat, things like, oh, we could have done this all along. Why were we limiting ourselves? When I study, it's like, oh, we can study. And I know it is all simple when I articulate it, but when you're alone and those emotions get heavy, it feels pretty overwhelming. But anyways, I just wanted to put this out there for someone who is battling the inner kid, for you. So it's for you. And I would just say that, just give him proof that it can be done. Your inner kid should be proud of you. That's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one.